So I'm in my AA meeting this morning, right? And in my AA meetings, I share a lot about my personal stuff, which, I share a lot on Facebook and Instagram, all that stuff, but I don't share like super personal stuff. And in the AA meetings, you're vulnerable and whatever. And I was sharing about how I struggle a lot with relationships and with Queenie and some of the issues we've had and resentments, all these things. Anyway, and this guy says to me this morning, he goes, "I've never met somebody so domestically challenged." And I'd never heard that before. I'm like, wait, what? Right? And it's so true, right? Like, it gets made clear to me sometimes why don't you behave like so-and-so? Why don't you behave like so-and-so? Why don't you do these things, right? And I get resentful. I'm like, well, I'm not so-and-so, and I'm this, and I do all that stuff, right? And really, all they're saying is behave better, right? Just do better. And we were talking about that, and I got to thinking about how, like, with Queenie, right? There's no way on paper she should still be with me after a decade of all of my shenanigans and relapses and even stuff in sobriety. I'm an idiot, right? Well, why is that? Well, I'm domestically challenged. What comes natural for a lot of people, a partnership, respect, all those things, doesn't come natural to me. It just doesn't. I'm very reckless, full send, and I never think about the other person, the other people. It's always like, this will be fun, let's laugh, this will be nuts, whatever. And I never think about the other parties involved, especially Queenie sometimes, right? So, and it's caused issues in our relationship for sure. And I'd never heard that term domestically challenged before until this morning. And I called Queenie and I told her, and she laughed. She's like, "That's the funniest shit I ever heard. That is so spot on. It's ridiculous," right? So I don't know if any of you can relate, but it doesn't come natural. It's not a natural instinct for me to think about the other person before I behave a certain way. I've never had to. And I was with my ex-wife for 20 years and I've been with Queenie for 10. So you think domestically I'd be a pro. Not so much, right? Selfish, self-centered, all those things. So I'm working on that and I'm aware of it and I work on it every day and I try to do better every day. I'm not always good at it or certainly not perfect at it. But anyway, I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, but I am most certainly domestically challenged and I I just had to share that this morning. That was the best shit I ever heard. Anyway, cheers. Have a good day.